Mr. Grimes, mathematics teacher, is displeased with the progress of his 9th grade class in mathematics.
You see what low grades you made on your weekly mathematics test? More than half of you failed. Most of those who passed just got by. Nobody had 100%. This is the poorest class I've had in a long, long time. Most of you have no foundation at all. Now, the trouble's with your attitude. You don't pay enough attention in class. You don't do enough work outside of it. You don't know what the word study means. You haven't the slightest idea. Don't you realize that mathematics is an important subject? I tell you right now that unless you get over your lazy habits and come up to the standards I've set for this class, I have to leave for a few minutes.
He's just a sourpuss. The trouble is, you don't know what the word study means. You haven't the slightest idea. Oh, dry
What's this? What kind of behavior do you call this? Wait a minute, you stay where you are. This is the kind of behavior I might have expected of you. All I do is leave the room for a few minutes, and what do I find? Confusion, disorder. And you, what were you doing?
I was just going...
Going to what? Throw the eraser, I suppose. It's a good thing I caught you. I'll make an example out of you.
But I...
That's enough out of you. Leave this room and report to the principal's office immediately. Well, hurry up. Don't take all day. Who did that? All right, since you think it's so funny, the whole class can stay in for 45 minutes this afternoon. Then you'll see how funny it is. 2 detentions. 3 detentions. Leave this room and don't come back until you're ready to apologize to me.
My name is Shanice. I'm 14 years old.
I'm Trevay Brown, 21 years old.
My name is Wilhelmina Gibson. I can say that I've had a tough time with school. They never really tried to understand why I was acting out. I feel like they gave up on me.
I felt like I didn't have anybody to talk to, anybody to support me, or anybody just to be on my side and say, I know you're a good student.
I think all teenagers should be allowed to make mistakes.
You're a child. You're supposed to make mistakes. Like that's how you learn.
I'm surprised that I graduated high school and that I'm in college now, because the route that I was going, especially with the zero tolerance policies, I thought that I was going to drop out of school in 10th grade.
Zero tolerance sounds like something that you tell prisoners. It sounds like you tell inmates and criminals.
So I was 15 when I was arrested. That incident that happened when I was 15 years old, coming back 6 years later and impacting me now.
Today I got out of jail. I've been in jail for 21 days. It messed me up because I might have bad grades and I can't go to school.
I don't think that the school has a right to tell a student that they don't want them. In order to really protect somebody, you have to really get to understanding why this is happening or what made this happen so that you can stop it from happening. And I think that they don't do that. If you want to be treated right, or if you want your kids and their kids to be treated right, then you have to say something. You can't lay a seed on the ground and expect it to grow if you're not watering it and if you're not making sure that it gets the proper care. And I just felt like they kept expecting it, but they wasn't really putting in on it. Nobody should have to go through what I went through.
And when I think about the future, I think about our resources and how we can use them wisely, and I think about our youth. Recently, I came across some very alarming statistics about school suspensions, that in the last 3 years, California school suspensions, self-reported, are over 2 million. And studies show that one suspension triples the likelihood of that youth having a juvenile justice contact in that year. A single suspension also doubles that youth's chances of repeating the grade. And those two factors alone lead to a high dropout rate for certain youth. And we show nationally that this kind of discipline has a racially disparate effect. So you might ask, why does school discipline have anything to do with justice? I see a looming problem out there. If we aren't responsible for our youth, if we don't return them to school, if we don't keep them in school, if we don't help them become productive citizens, we are paving the way for entry not only into the juvenile justice system, but the adult justice system. And we know we have collaborative, restorative partnerships that we can bring to bridge to the schools so that we can accomplish much, and we have work to do.